This next problem requires us to do a little bit something different. It says a bicycle travels 30 meters. If it takes 5 seconds to do this, what is its velocity? So in the last problem we were solving for distance. Now we're trying to figure out what the velocity of the bicycle was. We're still going to use the same equation, distance equals speed times time, now solving for a different variable. We're going to be solving for the velocity. So in other problems, we would think to ourselves, well, if we were going, for example, 5 meters per second, if we did that for 1 second, we go 5 meters. If we're going 5 meters per second for 2 seconds, 5 times 2 is 10 meters. If we're going 5 meters per second for 3 seconds, we'd be going 15 meters of the distance, so on and so forth. Here we're doing something a little bit differently. So if we're going to look at our equation, x equals vt, we're going to plug in the numbers for our variables. So it says a bicycle travels for 30 m. M stands for meters, and meters is the distance. Let's put that in. We're going to plug that in for our variable x. Okay, so we have 30 equals the velocity times time. And the problem says, if it takes 5 seconds to do this, what is the velocity? So we're solving for the variable v, the velocity. So we're going to leave that as the variable v. And because it takes 5s to do this, s meaning seconds, which is time. So we're going to plug in 5 for t. And just to show that we know they're being multiplied, we're going to put it in parentheses. Because we know that distance is velocity multiplied by time. So now we have 30 equals velocity multiplied by 5, or v times 5. So this problem is now asking, what times 5 equals 30? Well, you probably know this answer. So if we were to ask the question, let's say we had 8 equals something times 4. We know that something is 2, because 2 times 4 is 8. Here the question is just 30 equals something times 5. So the way we do algebra is that we do the opposite operation in order to solve when things get more complicated. So what we're going to do, instead of thinking what times 5 is 30, we can also ask the question 30 divided by 5 equals that something. So we're going to divide both sides of the equation by 5. So our answer, of course, is on the left side, 30 divided by 5, which is 6, which makes sense because we know that 6 times 5 equals 30. On the right side, we have 5 divided by itself, so we're left with just the velocity v. The answer is v, our velocity, equals 6. And we'll label that meters per second.